let's start the session. So in the last class, we are discussing about the for loops. Okay. Yeah. So in the last class, guys, after the class you can discuss, right? So in the last class we have discussed about the for loops. So first, what is meant by loops? Loops means nothing but repeating, doing the repetition. Okay, loops are nothing but repetition. For means for each value. For each value you have to repeat. That is the meaning of for loop. For loop means for each value you have to repeat the block of code. Okay, whatever the for block is there, that block of code you have to repeat for each value is called as for loop. So for example, if you are having with respect to the something like this, so don't understand, clearly write in your notes, don't understand the example, don't try to understand the example, try to understand the concept, not the example. So if you check based on the example, what happens means that example only will be cleared. For the new example, you are going to face the problem. Or while you are creating a new Python code, you are going to get a problem. So don't understand the example. Understanding the example means example will be understand. Concept will not be understand. You should not understand the example. You have to understand the concept, not the example. Focus on the concept, not on the example. So this example is very clear for me, sir. Whatever you have told, it is clear. So in this example, I'm not able to get. This one, I'm not. This one, again, it is clear. You're understanding the examples every time. Whatever the example I'm giving, that example you are trying to understand. You are not understanding the focus. You are not understanding the concept. You are not focusing on the concept. You are focusing on the example. That is the reason example is getting clear. Concept is not getting clear. If you focus on the concept means concept will be clear, then whatever the applicable example is there, everything you can apply automatically. Right? Now, here I have told you with respect to called as for loop. What is meant by for loop? Concept wise, for each value, execute the for block. This is the meaning of for loop. Right? This is the meaning of for loop. Now, for I in list of 1, 2, 3. Directly I'm taking the list here itself. For I in list of 1, 2, 3 means how many I values are there? 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 different values. For I in first one, for each value. What is meant by each? Each means each one value you have to consider. First you have to consider I is equal to 1 and execute whatever is there inside the for block. Inside the for block, anything can be there. Anything can be there. Not with the example of 1 or 2. Anything. Whatever it is there, you have to execute for first I is equal to 1. For example, inside this, J is equal to 20. K is equal to 40. F is equal to J plus K. Print with respect to F. They have written like this. This is the code. Inside the block, this is the code. What do you have to do? First, what is the first step you have to take is I is equal to what are the different values. First, you have to write this one. This is your first step. Come in the order. If you come in the proper order, everything will be easy. You will not write the order in your notes, but you want very fastly you want to learn. That is the reason you are missing. Okay, when there is a ladder, some kind of ladder is there. When you are in the starting stage, as a kid, when you are in the kid stage, you have to move on the ladder with step by step. You can't take at a time 3 steps or 4 steps at a. Now, as with respect to 22 years of old or 23 years of old or 25 years of old, now we can climb at a time 2 steps or 3 steps. That is not a problem. But when you are a kid means in terms of 2 years old, then you can't move at a time 2 steps, right? So for the Python, you are in the kid stage. So when you are in the kid stage, you have to practice in the step by step. Why I am writing these many times very clearly step by step? Why I have to write this many times? I can explain one time also, right? But the same example, once again, I'm explaining also, I'm writing each and every step very detailedly. Why you can't write in the same thing in your notes also? For the program, can't you write the steps very clearly in your notes, step by step? How the Python will execute in the backend as it is, can't you write in the notes? Why you want, for example, for this code, what is the answer, miss? Immediately want to say the answer directly. Why you can't write in your notes step by step? For example, if I'm the student and I'm the Python learner, for the first time I'm learning the Python or the coding, or I want to have with an expert in the coding, means in my notes, how I am going to write is, first I will write step number 1 is equal to I is equal to 1. First I will write step 1. Step 1 is equal to take I values is equal to 1, 2, 3. These are the different I values. After that, I will write in my notes step number 2. Step number 2 is for each I value, execute for block. Step number 3, for each I value, first I is equal to 1, start the for block. Once I is equal to 1 is completed, I is equal to 2, execute the for block. I is equal to 3, execute the for block. I will write like this. And I is equal to 1, execute the for block. In the for block, what is there? For block. This is the for block. For I is equal to 1, I am executing the for block. That is nothing but j is equal to 20, k is equal to 40, f is equal to j plus k. That is 20 plus 40. This is f. Print f. F means 60. This has to be printed. Printed means rectangular box. I am writing in the side in my notes, whichever is in the rectangular box, that is for the print purpose. Once I is equal to 1 is completed. Now step number 4. I is equal to 2. I is equal to 1 is completed. For each I value means each and every value means first I is equal to 1 has to be completed. I is equal to 2 has to be taken. Now I is equal to 2. J is equal to 20, K is equal to 40, and F is equal to 20 plus 40, again 60. And print F 60 only. Again it has to be printed. Next, again I value of 2 is also completed. Now I is equal to 3. Within that, again execute the for block. That is J is equal to 20, K is equal to 40, F is equal to 20 plus 40, which is nothing but 60, and print the 60. So 3 times 60 will be printed, 60, 60, 60. Because none of them inside the for block is getting dependent on the I. So that is the reason every time the same value is getting printed. I will write that one also in my notes. Why every time I am getting the same answer? Because none of the block of the code is depending on the I value. Reason behind that is that one. I will write in the notes very clearly. So this much of clearly you can explain in the class. Means what happens if I want to explain 20 examples, it will take 20 days for me. If I start saying the same way, how you have to write in the notes each and every letter, if I explain, one, it will be spoon feeding problem. That is the problem number 1. Miss, if I explain that way, in the company also you will expect the same thing. Who is going to explain in the company like that? That is the problem number 1. Once you get selected also, you will face the difficulties in the company if you have spoon feeded. Problem number 2. The course is going to take instead of 4 months, 20 months. This is problem number 2. Both the problems are not good. Either the time should not be more. At the same time, spoon feeding is also not good. So what we have to do, just when I am explaining this concept and I have told you everything, after going to home, you have to write detailed explanation from your perspective. For each time, see, for I is equal to 160, I is equal to 260, I is equal to 360. I can say simply like this also. Why I have written these many times? Why I have to write these many times? So in your notes, if you write like this, assume that you have written first I is equal to 1, you are going to get answer 60. I is equal to 2, answer 60. I is equal to 3, answer 60. So 60, 60 printed. Completed, na? In your notes also you can write like this. But instead of writing like this, if you write step by step very clearly, what happens? You will understand very detailedly. So that is the way of practice you have to do. Practicing also, that skill is required. You have to practice in the similar manner. Each and every k y value, you are going to execute the entire for block. Within the block, whatever is there, you have to execute. Whether it is going to consider that value is consider, it may not consider. Anything can happen. So for example, in this example, previous example, here instead of this, I'm having with respect to j is equal to I plus 10. I'm having like this. Instead of 20, I'm having I plus 10. Now what is the answer? Now you have to write everything step by step. Sir, this is a simple one only now. By seeing itself, I can tell the answer. Okay. Assume that by seeing itself, for example, let us write like this. J is equal to I plus 10. Sir, by seeing this one only, I can tell, sir, directly. No need to write the step by steps in my notes. I can say directly. Now, if I write the step by step, for example, I'm writing with step by step like this. That is I is equal to 1. J is equal to 1 plus 10, which is nothing but 11. K is equal to 40. F is equal to 11 plus 40 is equal to 51. And print F means 51 is the, for I is equal to 1 is completed. Next, I is equal to 2. J is equal to 2 plus 10, which is 12. K is equal to 40. F is equal to 12 plus 40, 52. And I'm going to get 52. And I is equal to 3. J is equal to 3 plus 10, that is 13. K is equal to 40. F is equal to 13 plus 40, which is 53. And total is 53. This is printing. So output I am going to get as 51, 52, 53. One after one like this. Not side by side, because end is by default next line. So I'm going to get the output like this. So, sir, if I write the step by step for every program, it is going to take for me 3 minutes or 5 minutes like this. Now in the competition, for example, tomorrow I'm taking the some kind of certification. At that time, 5 minutes will not be there, right? Then how we can do? That is the question. So simple answer is, while practicing, while learning is different, while testing is different. Both are different scenarios. This is learning, that is testing. While learning, if you do testing also, or by testing, if you learn also, finally you will end with the confusion. Output will be confusion. By learning, focus only on the learning, not on the testing part. Okay. So, while once you practice, if you practice more, you'll get the subject. Okay. So first, time is important or understanding the subject is important. For example, you are saying very fastly, but wrong answers you are saying. What is the use of that? Very fastly you are saying, but wrong answers you are saying. What is the use? So then how to improve the fastness? When you can get the fastness means more examples you have to practice. Then automatically you'll get the fastness. If you practice more examples, automatically fastness will come. By seeing itself, you can say the answer. No need to write the notes also. But while learning, you have to understand the concept means step-by-step procedure is required. When you are sitting in the class, you are listening for the first time that particular topic means, don't think about the testing part. Don't think that, sir, if I change this one, what happens? Every time thinking of out of the things. First, you are not able to understand this one, but you want out of the things. Okay. First, you understand what is this concept. Later, you apply. If I am saying list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, list dot append of 5. If I say like this, you are not understanding append, but you want, sir, if it is a tuple, what happens, sir? First, you understand what is meant by list. That one is not there, but you want for the other one. If you think like this, what happens? For me, there is no problem, because you are going to ask me doubt. I am going to solve the doubt. But at the end, I will only get the subject. You will not get the subject. Doubts will be clarified, because you are asking only for that particular example. You are not asking concept. You are asking example. You are working on the example wise. You are focusing on that example. You are not focusing on the concept, why it is working, how it is working, you are not observing. In the mind, you want, sir, if this is one more list, what happens, sir? That is secondary. That we'll see later. First tell me what is this one. Right? Because some of the students are not able to do the assignment. If you are not able to do the assignment one means, indirectly you have to understand the if and else conditions. You have to understand the examples, not the concept. In the class, whatever the if and else I have explained, that you have understand the examples you have understand, but not the concept you have understand. If you have understand the concept, assignment one will be the dead easiest exam. And out of all the assignments, this is the Lilliput assignment. If you are not able to try the Lilliput only means, then in the future assignments, how you are going to solve? Okay, let us assume, sir, assignment one, I am having the problem, sir. Okay, student will ask me, sir, can you explain the answer for this? I will explain the answer. Similar kind of one more question is there, miss? That one also I have to explain. Huh? Tomorrow in the TCS exam, they are going to give one more question. That one also I have to explain. Huh? Tell me. If you want to explain this, I will also explain. Then if I want to explain this, why I have to give as an assignment? I can take an example in the notes only. Na? In the directly in the if and else notes only, I can take as one of the example only and I can explain, right? Then why to give the assignment? Time waste. Assignment means purely testing. Okay. While testing, when you have to test yourself, once you understand the concept only, you have to test yourself. Not for learning testing. After learning testing. Okay. So that is the reason. For example, see, I'm having two options. Assignment I have shared to you. Why I'm saying all these things? Because the reason is I want to make you to practice in a proper way from the starting day. If I say these things at the end, there will be no use. If I say at the starting only, you will understand how to practice and how to do the notes and how to write the notes or something. At least if you change something, you may understand the topics very clearly. That is the reason. So now I have shared an assignment one. Okay, let us understand two scenarios. Now this assignment, the person has taken the assignment and he has started. The student one has started directly assignment. And during the assignment only, he is learning what is meant by if. Trying the assignment. While trying the assignment only, he is learning the new things. As trying the assignment and learning, both the things. Means trying the assignment is called as testing. Testing plus learning he is doing simultaneously. At the end, the output is confusion. This is the answer. This is case one. Case two. First, complete the training part. Understand the entire concepts. Forget about sir has given the assignment. Forget that one. There is no assignment, nothing is there. Forget. Understand the concept very clearly. And trying of all the different examples. How many examples you are having? Trying all the examples, not only my notes, every example. And before executing in the code, first you have to write the answer in your notes and you have to see in the Python code. The same answer you have to see in the Python code. And both of them are same. And you feel that I have got the subject. If you feel that I have understand the subject. If you feel you have understand the subject, then you have to test the assignment. Then automatically this one also will be completed. If this is case one, this is case two. Which pattern you are following? Choice is yours. If you are following this pattern, based on my experience, based on whatever I have analyzed with the students, I'm saying that the answer is going to be confusion. You are going to use only one and only dialogue. Sir, while explaining it is very clear, sir. Your explanation and the concept is clear, sir. But when I'm trying, it is not, I'm not able to get, sir. This is going to be the common. When I'm trying on the new thing, I'm not able to get, sir. But the same example, what are the example you have explained in the class? The same example I'm getting, sir. Same example I'm getting, sir. But new thing I'm not able to get, sir. What is the meaning? Is simple meaning is with respect to. I'm not focusing on one student. I'm not saying about one student or two students. I'm saying overall. Yesterday, few students has asked me in the class, offline students. Today, few students has asked me, and few students has mailed me. If you are asking any question based on the assignment, if you ask any question, whatever the question related to assignment, whatever the question you ask, my answer will be only one answer, no comment. This is my common answer. Whatever the question you ask me, answer is no comment. I will not tell the hints. I will not say anything. If I want to say this, then I no need to test you. This I have given for the testing purpose. Once the testing time is completed, automatically I will only tell the answers. Giving the question paper, for example, in the for LKG students, assume that you are LKG students, not you. Some LKG students are there, and we have trained 1, 2, 3 numbers like this, and we have explained them additions. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. How we have explained in the class means by showing two hands like this. This is 1, this is 2, combine 3. You have explained like this. Assume. Okay, class was completed. In the examination hall, you have given 2 plus 4. Okay, you have given the question paper for the student, and you have went as a trainer. You went to the examination hall. Array 2, 4. Tell me what is the answer. If you ask like this, what happens? If you are asking the question also, for me also same. For me also it is same, similar kind. Then why to give in the examination hall? What is the time waste? Examination, giving the examination and keeping examination hall exam separately, unit test, quarterly test, all these things are waste, na? If you want to explain, directly explain in the class only. Why to separately take the test? Got the point? So first understand the concept, then you apply in the testing. Then you will understand everything clearly, one by one. Is that clear? So just I have given my suggestion from my end, in which way I have practiced and in which way I have understand the Python very clearly, detailedly, because I know the data science is a vast subject. It is going to be somewhat more. So by by-hearting, I can't complete the data science. That is very clear answer. If you are a by-hearting person, means in your entire life, never you can become the data scientist. Write it. If you are a by-hearting person, in your entire life, you can't become the data scientist. You have to become as an analyzing person only. You have to convert yourself from by-hearting person to understanding person. Then only you can become the data scientist. No, sir, whatever you have given in the class, same thing you ask me in the examination hall, I will write the same thing. In the class, you explain the definitions. In the class, in the examination hall, define this one. Please ask like this question, sir, in the examination, miss. Sorry, never you can become the data scientist. Whatever we are explaining in the class, the application will be in the testing part, not the same example replication. Is that clear? So why I'm explaining all these things, miss? Please focus on the concept, not on the example. When I'm explaining the concept, understand the with respect to whatever the concept I'm explaining, not the example. In that example, one more example might be there, different example might be there, but concept remains same. Is that clear? So now let us start this one and make accordingly and write in your notes very clearly. As how many steps you can write in your notes, write that many steps. More detail you write, which will help you to revise easily. By seeing your notes easily, you have to understand yourself. In that way, you have to write your notes. Right? Now, coming to this, let us focus on this. Now, today I'm going to explain the few more concepts of the for loop. And along with that, we are going to move on to the how to break the for loops. And after for loops, we are going to discuss while loops. And after that, we are going to create the functions. Using the functions, we are going to create the library. And using the library, we are going to work on the data science. For doing this one, this is required. For this one, this is required. For this one, loop is required. Without loop, you can't create the function. Without function, you can't create the library. Without library, you can't work on the data science. Actually, data science requires only library. But these libraries are designed based on this. That is the reason we are focusing on the fundamentals very strongly. Okay. Instead of completing the entire Python in 2 days or 4 days or 5 days, we are focusing for 3 weeks. Last week, this week, and next week. 3 weeks we are focusing only on the core Python because the fundamentals are more important for us. So in the further, when I'm explaining any new libraries, you'll understand very easily that libraries. Advanced part should be easy, means fundamentals should be very easy first. Okay. Right. Now let us focus on this. Now we are having a list. Here the list of 18, 24, 36. For example, let us take 3, 8, 7, 4, 14. I want to add all these numbers. What is the total? What is the total, guys? 36. Now, how you have calculated this one? First, we have calculated 3 plus 8. For that, we have got the 11. For the 11, we added the 7. And we have got 18. For the 18, we have added the next number. That is with, 4. We have added with respect to 4. For this number, we have added 4 and we have got the total as 22. This is the total. This is the total. For the total, we are adding the next number. Again, for this, we have added the next number of 36. Finally, we have got like this. The final total is 36. So every time we are calculating for first 2 digits, first we have calculated the total. For the total, next number is added. Again, for the total, next number is added. For the total, again, the next number is added. The same thing right in the Python code. First total, you require the total. So take one total. Okay, total. For the total, what you have to add? Next number you have to add. That is I. So for I in the list, whatever the list is there here, the list or whatever the values. So now if you write like this, that is 3, 8, 7, 4, 14. Total plus I. You have to take the every time total. For the total, you have to add the next number. That is total plus I. And after totaling, after adding the new number, that is 3 plus 8. Total you have got 11. 11 plus new number you are adding 7. Again you are getting the total. Now this one has to be stored somewhere, right? So for that I am writing here again it is equal to total only. Total is equal to total plus I. Okay. This one is for I in the given list. Now what happens when I have written like this? First it is going to take 3. I value is going to be 3 and 3 enters. 3 is equal to total plus 3. Where is total? Initial total is nothing is there. Na? So it is going to throw an error. Name error. First right side part has to be executed, means total is not there. I is there. I is equal to 3 is there, but total is not there. Now how to get that total initial value, means we have to do initialization by equal to 0. Then we have to write that one. After understanding this one, we have to write total is equal to 0. Now what happens? 3 will enter into the loop. 3 plus 0. So I mean 0 plus 3. And I'm going to get the total as 3. Now this is the new total. For this total, again you are going to add the 8. Now 3 plus 8. Total is 11. This is now new total. Again total plus 7. You have get 18. For this you are adding the 4, 22. For this you are adding the 14, 36. Finally you are going to get the 36. And you want to print the 36, means print the total, you have to write separately outside. So that 36 will be printed. Simple. In this way we are going to do the sum. So while doing the sum, just forget. Just you have given the options called as 3, 8, 7, 4, 14. These are the 5 values they have given. Forget there is no Python or C language or R programming or Java. Nothing is there. Generally, forget nothing is there. How to do manually? You have to do manually only. How to do that one? 3 plus 8, 11. For this 11 plus 7, we have to calculate. That you have to write clearly. 3 plus 8, 11. What are this value is that? This value again you have to consider here. And next value you have to add. That is 18. This 18 you have to consider here. 18 plus 4, 22. This value again you have to take 22 plus 14, 36. The same thing which we are going to do. So for every value, we are going to add to the total. For the total, whatever the total is there, this is total and this is the I value. Again, we have to store the same thing in the total. But in the Python, we can't write like this. Now, first left side variable name should be there. So left side variable name should be there means total is equal to total plus I. We have to write like this. That's it. For I in given list is 3, 8, 7, 4, 14. But directly first time, what is the total? First total, initial total, what is there? Nothing is there. So that is the reason we are initializing the total is equal to 0. That is the initialization we are doing. Why 0 only you are initializing? Because if you add with 0, it is not going to have any impact. Since there is no impact with 0, if you total with 0 also, there will be no impact. That is the reason 0 we are adding. If you add with 10 means 10 will have impact now. That is separate number now. But 0, though 0 is there also not counted. Though 0 is there also not counted. So simply you are adding 0 to the front for this. Though it is there also not counted. So the same thing. See, in the given sequence, I am having the sequence is equal to 18, 24, 36, 4 and 52. I want the sum of the given values in the list. Don't write directly sum is equal to 0. That is not your first option. Your first option is sum is equal to sum plus I. This is your first option. You have to get first this one, not this one or this one. This is your first one. In your brain, you have to get first one, this one. For this, you are adding the for I in list. Since sum is going to throw an error, so first you will get the idea like this. Only up to from here to here, you will get the idea. Nothing you will get. Okay. After that, you are going to get an idea with respect to this one. That is for. Okay. For item. For each item. Item is nothing but I. If you want I means I am writing I. Okay. So now if you execute the code, what happens? For I in sequence, first I is equal to 18, enters into the loop. Sum is equal to sum plus I. That is I is 18. Okay. Sum, where is sum? If you execute the code, it is going to throw an error called as name error. That to here, this sum is not defined. It is going to throw an error, that one. So if I execute sum, that to this one. What is this sum? So that is the reason I am assigning the sum is equal to 0. Later you have to get the idea of sum is equal to 0. You have to assign. In this way you have to work, not blindly from the starting. Is that clear, guys? Now if you work this, then you are going to do the total. Done? Is that clear? It is clear? How to do the sum? So just this is called as initialization. Some value you have to initialize, that value which is not having any impact. For example, you are multiplying. While multiplying, if you initialize with 0, what happens? Everything will be 0. When you are multiplying with what you have to initialize? 1, which is not having any impact. That one you have to initialize. That value you have to initialize. Initialization has to be done which is not having any impact on the program. That one you have to initialize. Right? So you little echo. Now it is clear. So see here 1, 3, 5, 7 for I in L. Sum is equal to sum plus I and print sum. Now what happens? First sum is equal to 0. It will write like this. Okay, completed. When this program is there, this program anyways, I am going to share you the PDF. PDF is in the drive. PDF in the drive means code is in the drive. You don't need to write the code in your notes. You have to write the explanation. For this code, what is the explanation? Write the explanation for this code. Write in your notes explanation. The first one, L is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7. So it is going to create an object of 1, 3, 5, 7 with the name of L. Sum is equal to 0. Next, for I in L. I in L means I values can be 1, 3, 5 and 7. First you have to work on the I is equal to 1 and execute the block of code. I is equal to 3, block of code. I is equal to 5, block of code. I is equal to 7, block of code. First I is equal to 1, execute the block of code. What is the block of code? Sum is equal to sum plus I. That is 1 plus sum is 0, 0 plus 1, 1. Now the latest sum value is 1. Did they ask the print in the block? No, nothing is there. So for this block, nothing is printed. Nothing want to be printed. So next move on to the I is equal to 3. So the block is not going to give any output. Now I is equal to 3. Sum is equal to again sum plus I. Now what is the latest sum value? 1. Here 1 is there. What is the latest I? 3 is there. 1 plus 3, 4. This is the latest sum value. Next I is equal to 5. 1 completed, 3 completed. Next 5. Sum is equal to again sum plus I. That is with respect to sum is 4, I is 5, total is 9 and sum is equal to 9. Next I is equal to 7. That is sum is equal to sum plus I. Now sum value is 9. 9 plus 7 which is 16. Now latest value of sum is 16. Now what is the latest value of I? 7. What is the latest value of sum? 16. Completed. With this the block of code is completed. All the values in the block of code is completed. So it will come out of the block. Next line is empty. Next line is print sum. What is the sum? The last value of sum is 16. So our answer is going to be 16. For example, this is inside the block. What happens? Every time it is going to print the sum. That is 1 will be printed, 4 will be printed, 9 will be printed and 16 also will be printed. Like this it is going to print every value. 1, 4, 9, 16. Now this is outside. Now this is outside. Instead of sum, I am asking I. What is the last I value? 7. So 7 will be, only 7 will be printed. Every time I want I. So every time 1, 3, 5, 7. I will be printed. I want I and sum also. I commas. But that is I value, sum value. I value, sum value. I value, sum value. I value, sum value. 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7, 16. I value, sum value. Now the same thing I am writing after. I am writing here after I, after I, adding I, after adding after adding I, now the sum, comma. So what happens now? So every time after adding 1, the sum is total is 1. After adding 3, the sum is 7. After adding 5, the sum is 9. After adding 7, the sum is 16. After adding will be printed every time. I miss whatever the I values are there. Sum miss every time the sum value. Every time it is getting printed. Because every time it is in the for block only. Inside the for block, so every time it is printing. If it is outside the for block, only one time will be printed. In the same one cell, I am doing multiple things, which I am doing practice. Sir has explained me only one code. I am doing multiple codes. I am understanding. That too, first I am writing the output in my notes. After that, I am checking in the Python. Now what happens? Automatically you understand the subject. For one example, I am doing multiple things. I am not even changing the next cell also. In the same cell, I am there. In the same cell, I am writing different things and I am checking the answers. And like this, I am writing and I am getting with respect to this one. After adding each of the value, you are getting the values like this. Right? So after adding I, the sum is this one. After adding 3, the sum is this one. So this all you are going to get. Sir, initially the sum, you want to print the initial sum also. So print that one separately. Initial sum. Initial sum. What is the initial sum? That is nothing but sum. Sum is 0. First, it is going to print sum is equal to 0 here. After adding 1, it is going to be printed like this. See? Initial sum is equal to 0. After adding, the sum is 1. 0 plus 1, the sum is 1. Now 1 plus 3, sum is 4. 1 plus 3, sum is 4. 4 plus 5, sum is 9. 9 plus 7, the sum is 16. Initial sum is 0. Sir, you have written outside. If I bring this one same thing inside, what happens? Every time it will be printed. Multiple times it is going to be printed. If I bring inside the for block, it is going to print multiple times. I don't require multiple times. I require only one time. So that is the reason I'm keeping outside the for block. Right? Is that clear, guys? Simple. In this way, you're just doing the print. Now, this one, see, 1, 3, 5, 7. I want list of the numbers to be multiplied. First, 1 into 3, and I have to store the answer 3. And this answer, I have to multiply with the next number. And I have to get 15. This 15, I have to multiply with the second next number. That is, I have to get 105. Like this, I have to do. Forget about the Python code. I'm not having Python code. I'm having only these are the list of numbers in my mind. 1 into 3, 3, 3 into 5, 15, 15 into 7, 105. Sir, 105 is the answer, sir. How my mind is working, that I'm writing first manually. This manual, I'm converting as a Python code. This manually you are writing now, this is called as flow chart. Technically, it is called as flow diagram. Right? So flow chart or flow diagram or the architecture or algorithm, step-by-step procedure. These are the names of that. Everything is same. Right? So just what I'm going to do, first I want to multiply whatever the product I'm going to get, the multiplicated value, the product into I. This one I have to store in the product. Again, I have to store in the product. This is the first one. So 1 into 3 means 3 I'm going to get. Again, the 3 has to be stored here only. Answer should be stored again in the product. Then only the product again 3 into next number will be multiplied because I have to store in the same value. If I don't save in the same value, what happens? Every time it is going to take the new variable. I can't assign to the new variable. I have to assign to the same variable so that the same variable will be taken for the next time. The previous value will be considered. For example, 1 into 3 is there, 3. Now I want this 3 to be considered here, not the new value. The same 3, whatever the same 3 is there, that I have to consider. And whatever the output I have got, the same output again I have to consider. This one and my next line, both should be the same. Means once I complete this one, the answer should be the same, means I have to use the same variable. So 15 into 7, which is nothing but 105. So product is equal to product into I. First, I am going to get in my mind this one. First starting point. Product into I. This is only first point I will get. After that, I will add is equal to product. After writing this one, I will write for I in the list. This after that I will write. Since the first value will come inside, first P is nothing is there. So I have to initialize P. That is the reason I am initializing. After writing this one, I will write this one. In the company, finally they will see the answer only, not in the first which one you have written, second which one you have written. No one is going to observe that one if you are working in the real life. Which is the first line you have written, which is the second line you have written, no one is going to ask you that question. Right? And automatically on experience, you will get that one. First you have to write P is equal to 1, automatically you will get. In the future, once you practice multiple times, automatically you will get. First time when you are learning A plus B whole square, it is very difficult to understand the formula. But after practicing, after certain age, that is one of the easiest formula. For you easiest, for who are learning for the first time, that is one of the difficult formula. Similarly, here also the same thing. First time you are listening now, that is the reason it is you are finding difficult, something tricky or something different. After practicing multiple times, nothing is there, you will feel. Okay. So P is equal to 1. Like this you are going to write. After P is equal to 1 is the initialization. And finally you want the final print of the overall answer. You want the product. That is 105 you want as the output. So you are printing the product variable. So the same thing I have written here. And I'm going to get 105. Each time the value I want to be printed. That is 1 into 3. 3. First 1. Followed by 3. 3 into 5, 15. 15 into 7, 105. Like this, every value I want to print means I have to keep this print inside. Automatically, I will get like this. Got the point? Is that clear? Final answer you want means out of the loop. Every answer you want means inside the loop. Clear, guys? Next one. Now, sir, if you want to add the products, then how? Miss, exactly tell me what exactly you want. Just now I told you that while explaining this example, generally we'll think of that if I apply like this, what happens? We'll not focus on the concept. We'll apply if that is what happens. We'll feel that it has completed. We'll feel that we have understand everything and immediately we want to apply on the new concept. Generally, that is common. But that is a good pattern only. But when you have understand, without understanding, if you try like that, miss, it is going to lead to the confusion. If you have understand, miss, immediately you have to apply on the new things only. Okay. First, you have to check yourself whether you have understand or not. How you can check that one, miss? Write. If you write this one inside, what happens? Write the answer in your notes and check the same thing in the Python code. If this one is instead of this one, this is there. What is the answer? Write in the notes. Check in the Python code. Like this, do for the multiple things. And everything you are writing, whatever you are writing in the notes and Jupyter Notebook, both are showing the same answers, miss. You have understand the concept. If both are showing different, miss, somewhere lag is there that you have to fill. Okay. So tomorrow is a Saturday and Sunday, na? Generally, every day, whatever we are saying, every day's class, you are practicing the immediately. Miss, for example, we are discussing on Monday, miss, immediately on the Monday you practice, or maximum on Tuesday morning you'll practice. Miss, before to the class you are practicing. So similarly, Friday's class also you are going to practice on the Saturday morning and before to the class. Now, additional to that, you are having the gap. Now in this gap, what you have to do? Monday morning, what you are going to do? Saturday morning, you are practicing what we have discussed on the Fridays. That is today's one, you are practicing tomorrow morning. Fine. Monday morning, what you are going to do, miss? You have to practice whatever we have discussed from the starting to ending. Every week, your target is from the starting. Again, open the notes from the first page. Again, from the first. Every day practice and every week, one time overall revision. Everyday practice and oral revision. Practice, oral revision. Practice and oral revision. Then every day you will be on ready. For example, if I say that tomorrow I want to take the interview. Sorry, sir, I'm not ready, sir. One night batting you want. Means tomorrow interview means one night you will complete from the starting to ending. Do you think this is a BTech syllabus? No, right? In one night you can't complete anything. Data, if you don't prepare, miss, in one night before to the interview, one night before, if you sit for whole night also, if you do the night out complete also, there'll be no use. Remember, all these things I am saying based on my experience, which I have seen on the previous students. No, sir, I am exceptional, miss, try. Absolutely, you try. And at the end, if you are success, miss, please tell me so that I will change my example. Next time, for the next batch, I will not use the same example. I will also say that, okay, one night also you can prepare everything and I will give the interview questions, prepare and you will get everything. Based on you, I will also explain to the next batch students. I have given the same offer to previous batches also. None of them has explained. None of them has told me till now. Of course, you will also not tell. 100% guarantee. Right? Now, next one is sum of even numbers. I want to have the even numbers and that to sum. Sum of the even numbers within the given range. That is the program. What is the program? Sum of the even numbers within the given range. I'm writing here. Sum of the even numbers in the given range. Now, forget Python code is not there. Generally, how you have to proceed in the notes. For example, first, if I given the same question for you, write in your notes the same question and you have to write the answer for that. In your notes, you have to write the answer. Don't write the Python code. Don't use even if also. Just with respect to don't write as per the Python syntax, don't write. Only write in the English language. Whatever you want, you write in the English language only, but don't write in the Python syntax. Okay. Now, sum of the even numbers in the given range. Now, first what you are going to ask me? So tell me the range only. Range means what is the starting value, ending value. So you are asking me the starting value and ending value. Step 1. Step 1. Ask the trainer SRK what is the starting value and ending value. Ask the SRK what is the starting and ending. So SRK is going to say the starting value is 10, ending value is 20. Now the given range, both are inclusive. Means 20 also has to be included. Okay, this is my question. Now, forget there is no Python code. Now, first what you are going to do? In the given range, you are identifying the even numbers separately. First, you have to identify the even numbers. That is 10, 20, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. This you are separating separately like this. Now, you know how to add. You are going to add this one. First 10 plus 12, 22. 22 plus 14, which is nothing but 36. That same 36 plus 16, which is 52. 52 plus 18, which is 70. 70 plus 20, which is 90. This is you have written in the notes like this. Is there any Python code in this? Did I written any Python code in this? Is there any Python syntax? If you feel this brackets miss, I am removing the brackets now. Brackets miss, list syntax is there. Now list also I have removed. Is there any syntax in the Python syntax? This is normal. Now this same thing you have to convert to the Python code. What are the steps I have done? First, I have taken the starting and ending. That is nothing but input of. Ask the user to give the starting number where you want to start. That you have to store in the start variable. Because the user is going to enter some value which is getting stored as the int string by default. So you have to convert this one to int of. If the user has entered 10 miss, 10 will be stored in the start. This is the first step you'll get in the mind. Next, int of, input of, and end. So user is going to end the value with 20. Now from this, you have to write the list of, which is list of even numbers. You want to print the list of even numbers. For the list of even numbers, what you are going to do? For example, from this to this, you want the list of even numbers. What is the program you have to write for the list of even numbers? For I in starting of this one, that is a range of starting value to end. End should be included, means end plus 1. List of even numbers, how you are going to get? Nothing but I divide by 2 modulus is equal to 0. This is if. You are going to write the if. If this I value satisfies, that I value only has to enter into this. And that I value only has to be added. For what it has to be added? For the sum it has to be added. Already the sum, what is the sum? Initial sum is equal to 0. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Now whichever the even numbers are there, only that even numbers will be added one by one automatically. So starting number is 0 plus the 10. This 10 will be taken here. It is going to move in this way. Got the point? The same thing, how to convert as a Python program is like this. First you have written this one normal. The same thing I have written the Python code. First you have taken the starting and ending. I have taken the starting and ending. You have taken the list of values. For that list of values, I have taken IE and inside that if condition. After that, you have done the sum. I also done the sum. Finally, you want the total sum. Finally, I am printing the total sum as print sum. The same thing I am also doing. What is there in the difficulty? First, you write as a normal one. Convert to the Python code. Any program. Take the heading. First, you write there is no Python. Remove the Python. Python, Java, R, that is secondary. Concept is same only. Though you have written in the R programming also, this is the same. It is not going to change. Though you are writing in the Java also, this is the same. It is not going to change. Though you have written in the any other Scala programming also, this is the same. Whatever the programming language, as per the programming language, syntax changes here. But the concept remains same. Same concept will not change, right? The same thing, just you are doing here. First, you are asking the user to enter the lower value and ask the user to enter the upper value. Okay, I am entering the lower value as 10, upper value as 20. Now, 10 from 10 to 21, because 20 has to be included, because both are included in the question is there. If in the question this word is not there, means then we no need to include that one. For inclusive, there will write clearly both inclusive. Now 20. Now what you are going to do? First, you are going to check whether it is an even number or not. The even number only you are adding. If it is not even number, means don't add that number. Sum is 9. Sir, I want every step by step. Okay. Print. After adding, whatever you have done earlier, after adding I value, after adding the I value, the sum is sum. Every time sum, comma. So initial sum is this one. So initial sum I am printing as this one. Print initial sum. And what is the initial sum? Is yes. Sum is also yes. And I am printing every time like this. Now what happens? So initial sum will be s, means s is 0 initially. 0 will be printed. After that it will come inside, and every time it is going to print the lower bound 10, 20. So initial sum is 0. After adding 10, the sum is 0 plus 10, 10. 10 plus 12, 22. 22 plus 14, 36. 36 plus 16, 52. 52 plus 18, 70. 70 plus 20, 90. And you want the final sum separately. Print finally the sum. Finally, the sum is with respect to s. What are the last stored value of s? 10, 20. Done? Is that clear? So how to write the Python program also I have told you, right? I have not opened directly the Python. Just I have taken only the heading and I have explained how to write the Python code. First you have to write normally. After that, how to convert the Python code also I have shown you. Is that clear? You are not starting directly with s is equal to 0, or you are not starting directly here. First you are starting only this one. After that you are writing. As per that you are writing. Done, guys? Now simply write the program to print the mathematical multiplication table. Okay. So they want any table. In the school days we have studied the table. 5 ones are 5. 5 table. If they want to print 5 table. 5 twos are 10. 5 threes are 15. 5 fours are 20. Up to 5 tens are 50. Up to here it has to be printed. This is the same thing which I want to be printed. Now what you want to print? This one you want to print. Out of which the first one is 5. 5 is fixed every time, na? So just ask the user what table you want. To table they have entered 5. So write the A here. A will be printed as it is. 5 will be printed as it is. After that, into is common. So into also should be printed as it is. First A should be printed. A variable should be printed. Inside the A, what is there? 5 is there. So 5 should be printed every time. 5 into has to be printed as it is. After that, what has to be printed? I. But I is changing every time. So I is changing every time from where to where? From 1 to 11. Because 10 has to be included now. So from here to here. So for I in range of 1 to 11. And take the I here. And equal to every time fixed. Equal to every time equal to only. Now here value you are going to get as whatever the value you are multiplying. That is A into I. That's it. Now tell me what is the output of this one? A is equal to 5 for I in range of 1 to 10. What is I in range of 1 to 10 miss? I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First execute for I is equal to 1. What is I is equal to 1? Print A. What is A? 5. 5 into has to be printed as it is because it is a text. So 5 into what is I value? 1. Because you have considered 5 is equal to 1 and you are executing. Is equal to has to be printed as it is. After that, A into I. A into I means 5 into 1. What is output? 5. And this everything has to be printed. So everything will be printed like this. Next, I is equal to 2. 5 into 2, 10. This will be printed as it is like this. Next, I is equal to 3. 5 into 3 is equal to 15. Printed as it is. Like this you are going to print. Is that clear? The same thing I have written here. See, A is equal to int of input of enter the multiplication table. What table you want? Ask the user. The user is entering 5. So 5 into 1 is equal to 5 into 1. So 5 ones are 5, 5 zeros are 10. Like this, you are going to get entered table. Whichever you want to print commonly, keep it as the text. Which is changing every time, keep in the for loop. Which is stored in the variable, write in the variable. That's it. For that, I have explained the print can be having values, text, everything is possible. I have told you, right? For example, inside the printer, I have written the text like this: into at the rate of into. Whether into will be printed or not. Whatever I have written inside that, it will be printed as it is only. So here I have written into means into only has to be printed. If I have written double into means double into has to be printed. For example, I have written like this: double into will be printed. Whatever I have written, that is printing. Is that clear? Right, guys? Done? The next one. Write a program which can compute the factorial of a given number. Not numbers, number. Of a given number. Which will execute the factorial. Now, first, what is meant by factorial? Yes, if you write A is equal to 5, if you write A is equal to 4, whatever you write. If you write A is equal to 10 also, 10 table will be printed. If you write 4 means 4 table will be printed. What are the table numbers? Because asking the user to enter what table you want to be printed. And you are printing from 1 to 10. Sir, why 1 to 10 only means? Because range of 1 to 10 only you have given. If you want up to 21, take up to 21. I mean 20. Then take the 4 table and you can get up to 20. 4 20s are 4 ones to 4 20s are. Okay. Now, next question is factorial. How to compute the factorial? Next, generally, what is meant by n factorial? N is nothing but n into n minus 1 factorial. 5 factorial means, what is the meaning of 5 factorial? 5 into 4 factorial. That is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. That is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Like this, till 1. Till 1. So more than after 1, you can't go with the 0. If you go with 0 means everything is 0. Right? You have to stop with the up to 1. Where you have get 1, you have to stop there. So the same thing we are writing as a program. See, for example, this one, 5 factorial, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Can I write as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5? This is the list of numbers. How to multiply the list of numbers, you know? How to multiply? Initial value you have to assign to 1. And this same thing, how to do this one? For example, forget about the factorial. You want this one. For that, what is the program? Can you tell me? First, you have to take the P into I, and this you have to store in the P. Now, every time you are changing the I value. From where to where you are changing the I value? For I in range of, from where? 1, starting with 1. To where? Till whatever the user has entered the value, till that value you have to enter means n plus 1. Ask the user to enter the value. Input of P is equal to 1. Initialize P is equal to 1. Completed. Factorial program is over. This is only a factorial program. Is there any special in the factorial program? Just a factorial program from starting from 1, you have to multiply till where the last number. Whatever the user has entered, that number you have to multiply. Completed. If you observe that logic, it will be very simple. Now, if you feel miss, you will feel that Python is one of the easiest one. Logic is very simple. Just factorial, forget about Python. There is no Python. For factorial means in my notes, I have to write 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is nothing but first I have to multiply 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 3. Like this I have to do. Instead of doing like this, I am doing like this. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. No, sir, I want to do in this way only. Why you are doing in that way? Okay, do in this way only. What you want? Factorial. f into I. This one you have to store in the factorial f. Now from where you want to start the I value? For I in range of, from where you want to start, whatever the given number is there, given number. In the decreasing order you want to do -1. Where it has to stop? 1. 1 it has to stop means you have to give here 2. Sorry, here you have to give 0. Because negative direction, automatically the last number should not be included means 1 up to 1. So automatically for now n is equal to 5. Now tell me what are the different n values? N is equal to range of 5 of 0 minus 1. What is the different values of n? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0 is not included now. Multiply. For multiplying what you require? P is equal to 1. And I mean factorial. Initial f, multiplication value f is equal to 1. Is that clear? If you want like this also you can do. If you want starting with 1 means start with 1 and increasing order step, you take the step. If you want in the decreasing order, go with the step of minus, decrement. Simple. Clear? Factorial is clear. From where you want to start, where you want to end. That to serial order na range. Serial order means range. There is no serial order means list. Sir, for example, I want to multiply from 1 to 10, sir. So not 1 into 10, 1 to 10. First 1, 2, 3, like this I want to multiply up to 10. All the values, 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 4, 24, 24 into 5, 120, 120 into 6, 120 into 6, 720, 720 into 8. Like this you are multiplying with respect to everything up to 10. You want like this. So what you are going to do for I in range of 1 to 11. Initial P is equal to 1 because product na P is equal to 1. P into I. P. Print P. Sir, not in the serial order, sir. I want to multiply only even numbers. Only even numbers means if I is even, only that number has to be multiplied. Only odd numbers not equal to 0, that has to be multiplied. No, sir. I want 1, 4, 6, 9. These numbers has to be multiplied, sir. Then these list only you have to take separately. That is your requirement. Na? Take as a list. For I in list. For I in list. That is your requirement, right? So list. There is no pattern. Na? Here there is no pattern. Without pattern, range cannot be applied. Range can be applied only there is a sequential pattern is there. There is no sequential pattern means you can't apply the range. So you have to take as a list separately and you write like this. P is equal to P into I. P is equal to 1. Print P. Completed. Getting the point? Is it clear? So just apply the logic only. Just if you write the logic, the code is simple. Code is nothing but logic. So here see, I'm taking the user, I'm asking the user to enter the value and user is entering the value as 5. And for 5 factorial, it is 120. That is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 till 1 in a decreasing order. Now, for that shortcut is there, you know, this program, this is the program. If you understand the program, this is the input. The user is giving the input of 5. So how many lines of code I'm writing for the program? If you observe the program, I'm writing with respect to, apart from the input, I'm writing 4 lines of code. Now the same thing, in the future, we are going to import math. Math is the library name. In that library, there is a function called as factorial. And using this factorial, if you write 5 means, it is going to give 120. Now, how it is working means in the backend, this is there. This program is the backend of this one. Sir, how means in the future classes you will understand. That only library. So this shortcuts we have to use means how it is working you have to understand means first you have to understand the loops. Got the point? This we are going to see in the future, in the further classes. In the future, we are going to use like this only, shortcuts only we are going to use. We are not going to write the entire program. In the data science, we don't need to write the programs. We require only shortcuts. But that shortcut, how it is working without knowing that one, if you write directly the shortcut in the company, you are called as coding monkey. You know the code, but you don't know what is the logic behind that. They are called as coding monkeys in the companies. And they will be not selected. For what purpose they are writing the code also, they don't know. They'll blindly say that, factorial, sir, import math, math.factorial. How it is working, Amma, miss? Sorry, sir, I don't know, sir. Okay, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. How? Your teacher has told her. That is the reason. There should be some logic. They don't know the logic. They know what is meant by this. Similarly, I told you, 2 into 4 means 8. Why 2 into 4 is called as 8? Adding 2 4 times. That is the logic behind that. If you say, sir, no, sir, in my LKG, I have bought one book. In that book, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2. Like this is there, sir. So in that book, 2 4s are 8 is there, sir. That is the reason 2 4s are 8, sir. If you say, miss, what type of person you are called as? This is silly, right? For you, it is very silly that seeing in that book it has written. For you, it is silly. Similarly, in the interview, if you say the same way, for us also it is silly. Sir, my trainer has told that is the reason I am applying this one. Miss, for us also it will be silly while selecting. For you, this is silly. For us, that is silly. Concept is same only. For what purpose you are writing, you don't know. Got the point? So please understand the concepts very clearly. So this we are going to do in the further. Okay. Further, we are going to do this one only. But this all things will be dependent on the loops. That is the reason I told you the loops is most important concept. All the furtherly, whatever we are going to do, that will be decided based on the loops. Remember, in the Python, as a data scientist, you don't need to write none of the code. Logic is nothing is required for you in the future classes. Directly, you are going to import only. Import. For example, today in the 6 p.m. batch, here one of the students have discussed this one. And here I have told you that from sklearn.metrics, import the classification report. And classification report out of which this one I have told. And it is printing like this. For what purpose it is printing and how these values are calculated, if you don't know, miss, then we are called as coding monkeys. What is this each and every value? What is the meaning of this value? And what, after seeing this value, what we are understanding, that we have to apply. This one you have, for this, so much of max is there in that. But that max we are not writing as the code. We are using the shortcut only. We are not writing the entire code for that. Right? Example, one of the example. Similarly, this one also, see, you have got the answer, but for this answer, there is a max is there back. If you ask this one, how it is working and how it is getting printed, miss, 6 p.m. batch students knows that one. How it is working and what is the max behind that and how it is placing, what is this all, everything they know. But values, how the values has been calculated, they know. At the same time, we are not writing the max. We are just using the shortcut called as confusion matrix. But inside this confusion matrix, so much of things are there. It is going to apply with respect to in the back end, some code is there. Sir, can I see that code, miss? We can't see. That is patented. Miss, we can't see that codes. We can see how it is getting utilized. That is, we can see the shortcut. That is documentation only we can see, but we can't see the exact code. What is the exact code in the backend? Help file only we can see. Of course, why I'm saying all these things means as of now, no need to understand all these things. Just you have to understand in the future, whatever we are going to discuss for that, this is the basic part. So for this basics, you should be very strong. That is my intention. I don't want to confuse you. Just I want to tell you in the further classes, this is going to be the base class. Right? Now, next one is nested loop. Next concept comes with respect to nested loop. So nested loop is nothing but within the loop, one more loop is called as nested loop, nested for loop. Within the for loop, one more for loop is there. Within the for loop, one more for loop is there. Then it is called as nested for loop. So let us see this one and we'll stop with this and we'll continue in the next class later. So let us focus on the nested for loop concept. So now here for I in range of 3. Now what are the different I values? 1, 2, only 2 na? 1 and 2. Sorry, 0, 1 and 2. 0 also there. 0, 1 and 2. So these are the 3 values. What is meant by for loop? For each and every value, execute the for block, right? So first I is equal to 0, execute the for block. I is equal to 1, execute the for block. I is equal to 2, execute the for block. That is the meaning, right? Okay. Now I is equal to 0, execute the for block. Within the for block, what is there? For j in range of 2 is there. Within the I is equal to 0 only. I'm writing within the I is equal to 0. I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 2. Forget. I is equal to 0 only. J in range of 2. Now what are the different j values? 0, 1. 0, 1. These are the 2 values. Now print I is equal to I value. That is nothing but I is equal to what is the I value? 0. Once this is completed, again it is going back to here only. Before moving to the next step, first j values has to be completed. Then only you can move on to the I values. So I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0. Next, I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. First I is equal to 0, within the I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. 2 values you are having. Got the point? So concept is simple. First this one, from here you have came here, from here you have came here, from here you are not going to here, you are going again back up to here only. Once this entire thing is completed, then only we'll go back here again. Till that you should not go back. First inner for loop has to be completed. After that outer for loop. Got the point? So I is equal to 0, 1, 2. J is equal to 0 and 1. First I is equal to 0 you are starting. Within that only again j is equal to 0 is there, j is equal to 1 is there. Separately. Within I is equal to 0 only, j is equal to 0 separately is there, j is equal to 1 is there. For j is equal to 0, you have to print I value, j value. That is I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0. This will be printed. Next, j is equal to 1, I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. This will be printed. With this, the I of 0 is completed. Now I of 1. With I of 1, again you are having j of 0 separately, j of 1 separately. 2 of them separate. Now again, I is equal to 1, j is equal to 0. I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1. This is also completed. Now next, I is equal to 2. Now within I is equal to 2, again you are having j is equal to 0 separately, j is equal to 1 separately again. Furtherly, it is further splitted. First time I is equal to splitted 3 parts. That is I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 2. Like this it has been splitted. Again it has been splitted with j is equal to 0 and j is equal to 1 like this. That is the thing. Right? So for j is equal to 0, that is I is equal to 2, j is equal to 0. Next, I is equal to 2, j is equal to 1. This will be printed. These are the things which get printed. That is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1. Like this, it is going to be printed. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1. Got the point? Nested for loop is clear. Just first I is equal to splitting into parts. That is I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1 and I is equal to 2. First I was splitted. For I is equal to 0, you have to execute separately. I is equal to 1 separately. I is equal to 2, you have to separate. Now within I is equal to 0, again it is splitted. J is equal to 0 and you have to execute the for block. With the j is equal to 1, you have to again execute the for block. That is the meaning. Got the point? Is that clear, guys? Any questions? Now, see here. Serial number is equal to 1, 2, 3. Marks is equal to 14, 14, 15. Now tell me the answer of this, guys. Write in your notes very clearly, step by step, and tell me the answer. Not by saying. Step by step. How I have written in the my system, in the same manner you write the step by step. Take time. For me, no problem. But I want the correct answer. If you take time also, for me, no problem, but I want correct answer. Remember, correct answer is important for me, not the fastness is important. Once again, I'm saying correct answer is important, not the fast answer. Step by step execution in your notes. Now, I'm going to ask a interview question. Interview question is, please explain this program to everyone, is the interview question. Now, who is going to face this interview question? Please explain the program step by step. That is my interview question. Who is ready? Who is going to come and sit in my position? Not there, here. Here you have to come. Yeah, just 2 minutes. Sit. I will call. Only one person, huh? Only one person is getting shortlisted. 2 persons only shortlisted for the interview, huh? 3 persons. Only 3 persons are getting shortlisted for the interview. 4, 5. Only 5 out of 70. Only 5% are ready for the explaining the part in the offline. Online students are more better now. There are almost 8 members has raised their hand. Yes, in the interview they may ask you that like this also. Who knows? They will ask with respect to explain the code with clearly step by step. First, before explaining, first what is your answer? What is the answer, guys? One who has raised their hand, that person only. Earlier, who is ready to answer? Answer is 17. Only 17 will be printed. Only 17 will be printed. Okay. Next, red shirt. What will be printed? 1, 14, 1, 15, 2, 14, 2, 15, 3, 14, 3, 15, 18. Comma only will be printed, comma. Okay. Next. 14, 1. 14, 2 means space is there without space? 14 space 2. 14, 3. 15, 1. Okay, let us take Y to cancel. Let us take this option as B. Option A. This is option C. Next one. Anyone different option? 14, 1. 14 space 2. Same is there, na? Output is 17 and 18. Okay, 15 1, 15 2, 15 3, and 17 18. Two outputs will be there at the end. Okay, this is option D. Anyone? Any new option apart from this? Now, I'm also trying in as similar kind of view. First, serial number is equal to 1 2 3. List of 1 2 3. Serial number is equal to 1. Serial number is equal to 2. Serial number is equal to 3. Separate, separate, separate. Next, within this again, marks is equal to 14. Marks is equal to 15. Separate, separate. Marks is equal to 14. Marks is equal to 15. Marks is equal to 14. Marks is equal to 15. Now, for first serial number 1 and 14, what is the option? I have to print first I in marks. I in marks. What is the marks? That is 14. 14 and J in serial number. Serial number is 1. So 14 1 will be printed. So 14 space 1 will be printed. Followed by next. After this, it is going back here. That is 15. So 15 in serial number. That is J in serial number. That is J value in the serial number is 2. So I'm going to take with respect to, let us write like this. First, I is equal to marks. That is I is equal to 1. J is equal to serial number. I in marks. That is 14. I is equal to 14. J is equal to 1. Okay. And I'm going to print the, that is nothing but first one is 14 and 1. Next, I is equal to 14 will be asterisk. J is equal to 2 and 14 and 2. Next, I is equal to 14 will be asterisk. J is equal to serial number 3. That is serial number 3 and 14 and 3. I'm going to print like this. Okay. This is completed. Now different J values, that is 1, 2, 3, everything completed. Now again with respect to I is equal to 15, J is equal to 1, 15, 1. I is equal to 15, J is equal to 2, that is 15 and 2. Next, I is equal to 15, J is equal to 3, 15 and 3. And finally, I'm going to get print I plus J. What is the last node I value is 15, 15 plus 3, 18. So I'm going to print 18. So that is 14 1, 14 2, 14 3, 15 1, 15 2, 15 3, and 18. These are the output which I'm going to get. No comma is there. Space. 14 space 1, 14 space 2, 14 space 3, 15 space 1, 15 space 2, 15 space 3, and finally 18. Why you will get multiple options? When you execute line by line, automatically you will get only one option. That is correct option. Now tell me where you have missed it. One person has told with respect to up to here, it has told correctly only 17 18. Because why 17 18? Because he has not observed this one very clearly. If you are a Python interpreter, if your brain is working as a Python interpreter, you'll even observe the P, R, everything letter to letter also. You are just overview, you are seeing as a overview, you are not seeing as a Python interpreter. If you see as a Python interpreter, letter to letter you'll observe. Not as a overview. Is that clear, guys? Right? So 14 1, 14 2, 14 3. If you write the same thing in the notes step by step, write everything step by step. First, I value. I value is equal to marks. That is, marks is nothing but 14 and 15. These are the two options which you are having. J is 1, 2, 3. So 14 1, 14 2, 14 3, 15 1, 15 2, 15 3. You can write like this also, but this after practicing. For first time, you write very clearly step by step. Don't do in the shortcut way. First time when you are learning. Right? Now, answer of this please. Make fast. Earlier, whoever has told wrong answer, this time your target is correct answer. Earlier, who has not even tried, this time you have to give me correct answer. Earlier you have not understand means at least now you have understand. Na? Just give a try. What are the different I values? 0, 1. What are the different j values? 0, 1. Now 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 0, 0 ds, 0, 1 ds, 1, 0 ds, 0, 1, 1 ds. Right? First time while practicing, first time, second time, third time, 10 examples will be very slow only. Automatically 11th example you will be fast. Automatically you will write very fastly. But to get into the fastness, before that 10 examples are required. Don't forget that one. 10 correct answers are required, not 10 overview is required. 10 correct answers are required. Then only you'll make with respect to certifications very easily. Guys, you know, I have done the Microsoft certification in Python. Okay, Microsoft certification. When for Microsoft certification in Python, total 40 questions will be there and time is 45 minutes. 40 questions will be there and passing score is 70%. Means 28 questions if you do correctly, you will be passed. And everything is MCQ only. Completed is MCQ and ABCD only will be option and there is no negative marking. No negative marking. Nothing is there. So this is the exam pattern. Now for this exam pattern, if I practice for 28 questions, I will crack the certification. But I have not practiced for 28 questions. I have practiced for 40 questions. Means my target is 100 percentile. And I have cleared the exam with 100 percentile. And I have kept in the resume also the same thing. Microsoft certified in Python with 100 percentile. By using that word, none of the interview will ask me the questions in Python also. Because he already knows that I'm very good at Python. He will not even ask that question. Means to skip that one, to skip the Python interview questions, simply I have cleared the certification with 100 percentile, not even with 98 percentile also. I want 100 out of 100 only. For that, whatever the practice is required, we have done before to take the certification. Now, don't ask the question, sir, where we can get the certification, sir. Don't. That is not the question. That is not the thing you have to focus here. You have to focus for every answer, you have to get the correct answer. Every question, you have to get the correct answer. Don't focus for 70 percentile. Focus for 100 percentile only. Tomorrow in the Kaggle also, you have to be in the top 1 percentile. Okay. For example, 20,000 people are attending the exam, miss. You have to be in the top 200 only. If you are in the top 1,000 only, you will get the job. If you are not in top 1,000 also, you will not get the job. Because the competitive world is such a way that only top 5 percentile people are only getting the jobs. That is the present market situation. You have to participate in the competitions, but for participating without the subject, you can't participate. First practice, after that focus on the fastness. Every time. For example, if I do this one, here I have taken, what happens? Error. What type of error? That is one of the interview. That is one of the Microsoft certification question. You know, they'll write syntax error, indentation error, value error, type error. In that error also we have to write correctly. Right? So aim for 100 percentile. We want to get the 100 percentile. Right? For that, try with multiple things. Within the given data only, try with multiple examples. Change every time and get the answers. Right, guys? So that is the end of the session. And I already uploaded the notes in the drive. Please check your drives. That is both temporary drive and in the classroom drive. Both the drives I have uploaded. And please check the drives. Everything was uploaded. And assignment also uploaded. Submit your complete your assignment. No need to submit. No need to submit. Don't ask how to submit. No need to submit. I'm going to upload directly the answers on Monday morning. Till Sunday, I have given you the time. Try. If you don't get miss on Monday morning, I'm going to upload the answers. And one day will be there where I'm going to discuss the answers. Not on Monday. Some other day I will discuss the answers also. Once we complete the Python, one doubt clearance session along with the assignment answers, we'll have one section for that. Sorry? Less than or equal to 8.5, 18.5, and less than 25. How it is possible, miss? Any value, for example, I is equal to 40 is there, or for I is equal to 40, for I is equal to 40, tell me the code, tell me this one answer for this code. I'm writing the code, tell me the answer. Yeah. Before changing that one, tell me the answer for this. Please tell the answer for this. I is equal to 40. Output of this code is others. Please don't respond. Only that person. Asking what is the output. I asked the simple question, what is the output? I didn't ask what is the explanation. My question is output. This is a filling the blank question and fill the value. Option A, error. Option B, 40. Option C, 18.5. Option D, nothing will be printed. If you feel error, miss, tell error only. Error only, yeah? Guys, others? It will be executed, but no output. Just it is going to check the condition. 40 is less than or equal to 18.5, which is false. False, and I is less than 40 is less than false and false. False, no. So false means no need of execute the if block. If block will not be executed. So the code will be executed, but no output will be there. Now for the same question. Same question. Let us take this one as 20. Answer. Others don't respond. Now once again you are having the same options A, B, C, D, and this is the code. Output. Don't tell me the explanation. Only tell me A, B, C, D letters. Out of 4 letters, tell me 1 letter. How much time it will take? Why are you taking that much of time? 20 is less than or equal to 8.5. False, false, and false, false. So if block will not be executed, nothing will be printed. Once again, the answer is this one only. Okay, 20 is less than this, false. 20 is less than this one. 20 is less than 25, true. False and true. False. False means if block will not be executed. Now, when the if block will be executed, in this case, then when you are going to get the correct answer, miss, when the value is less than 18.5, 17.5 is there. I is equal to 17.5. Now, in this case, what is the answer? 17.5, 18.5, nothing will be printed. So, I is less than 18.5. True, 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 and true. True means automatically it has to execute the for block, if block. If the if print I is there, so automatically 17.5 will be printed now. The problem is not here. The problem is here. Right, guys? So that